The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome to Growing Business and Community, a podcast of the Upward Niagara Chamber of Commerce. I'm Jennifer Pauley, the president of the Chamber, and we're here in 2024. It's January. It's now the second full week of January, and wow, it definitely feels like January. I think those January feels come because the day is gray, the next day is gray, the day following that is gray. We're in those gray doldrums, I guess you can say. After the holidays, all of the spark has gone, and now we're just into, the new year. I don't know about you, but last week, all I did all week long was change my 2023 dates to 2024. Every single letter I typed, every single thing I wrote down, 2023, let's cross it out, change the 2024. Hopefully this week I'm back on track. But hopefully you had a nice end of 2023. I had the last part of December off, which was glorious. What happens with the Chamber is the second half of the year is full steam ahead with outdoor events. Our program of work is carried out, our awards ceremony, our small business day. Outdoor events happen in those last months. And so we are exhausted by the time December comes around. Once I get to December, I get through that Christmas walk weekend. I have our member breakfast, I have a jazz festival board of directors luncheon, and then I'm on vacation. So I enjoyed 2.5 weeks of just my family and friends and did some last minute shopping because of course I save it all until the week of, and really enjoyed the holiday season. So gave me some time to sit back, just be refreshed and regroup and look to see what I wanted to focus on this year. And one of the changes was this podcast. I love coming every week to this podcast. We record on a Monday morning because it's easiest for me in my schedule, along with Rich's schedule, to do the podcast. And my goal for 2024 is to build this podcast with some really great businesses and have guests each week. So we won't have a podcast next week. I'm away actually next Monday, and we will regroup. I'm looking to regroup this podcast and continuing on our Support Local Everything campaign that we actually started in November with Small Business Saturday. We were able to really kick that off and embrace what Support Local Everything means and what it means to our chamber and our communities we represent. So I'm looking forward to carrying that on in 2024. I have a few other business goals for the chamber, including working on our membership tiers and enticing our members to realize what we can do for them, letting them know that there's other options out there for them for more exposure and more networking, just more promotion as well. And that's part of our membership tier program, which we've started to roll out. If you are a January renewal for membership, you would have already received that information. If not, go to the website. We have it there. We have a lot of things we're carrying out again this year that we started last year, just kind of let's see if it sticks. Let's throw it out there, see if it sticks. So right now we're working on nailing down a date for the legislative luncheon. We started that last year. We thought we'd get maybe 10 people, and we had a room full of people that were really interested in finding out what was happening in the community with our elected leaders. So we've got plans for that coming up. That's what I've been working on all last week and firming up some dates for that. So I'll let you know as soon as that happens. We're also right now working on our calendar of events. We produce a small pocket-sized calendar. Yes, print is still in style for this type of calendar. It's called our Come and Play in Our Backyard. And it features dates in our community from events happening mostly from May through December. There are sporadic events that happen January through April, but not as robust of a calendar as the rest of the year. Plus, it takes us a little bit of time to get all of those dates together. So if you happen to have a date of a festival, event, major event that draws in a large amount of people, send it over to our office. We'll make sure it gets on the community calendar online, as well as if it fits the bill, we'll print it in that Come and Play calendar piece. We print 25,000 of those, And I'm telling you, as soon as we print them, they are gone within 3.5 weeks. We go through all of them. That's our goal. We want them out in the community. We want them in your hands. We want them on your refrigerator so you know when the next major event is. So we're working on that calendar of events. We also have our programming. I talked about carrying out our program of work. Part of that is making sure you as a business owner can meet other business owners and network and introduce yourself, find out more information on what resources are out there for you. So we do this in the form of something called a business blender. I know, what the heck is the business blender? We've had this name for as long as I've been here, which is going on 15 years. But it works, so why change it? Business Blender is nothing more than a networking event. It's very casual. We invite members of the community, elected leaders, community leaders, business owners, employees of your business. Anyone can come to this event. It's February 15th at Cask and Cow from 5 to 7. Actually, it usually goes beyond 7 o'clock, but we start at 5. It's $10 at the door, which gives you complimentary hors d'oeuvres, cash bar, and we very casually allow you to connect with others. If you are looking to find somebody, an industry or a person to connect with, our board of directors is there and they work together to make that connection happen for you. If you already know who you want to talk to, go and beeline right over to them and make that conversation happen. We try to make you as comfortable as possible. We do about 4 of these events per year. And usually our first one of the year is the most popular. I think everyone by that time has cabin fever, ready to go and ready to network. So save that on your calendar. We will be sending out information on that by the end of this week. We also have our first Chamber Board of Directors meeting on Wednesday, first of the year. And actually I had to tell Susie, my administrative assistant, to make sure we had everybody's cell phone numbers because I guess 70 mile per hour winds are coming up on Tuesday. So may have to reschedule that. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited to see all of our board members. We have 3 new board members coming on this year, starting a new term. Brian Plunkett from Equitable Advisors. I just met with him on Friday. He is such a wonderful person. He has helped out with the Bicentennial of Lewiston. He sits on the Historical Association Board of Directors. He has been a part of our chamber actually for a few years on our membership committee. So you may have received phone calls from him or a visit. He's just a great person, wonderful personality, and we're looking forward to everything that he is going to do to be a part of our board of directors. I'm actually meeting Kyle Heath and Carolyn Moore today. Those are our 2 other new board members coming on. We're meeting for lunch to go over some expectations and things that they can look forward to throughout the year. Carolyn Moore is with Catholic Health with Mount St. Mary's Hospital, and she has been a volunteer as well. We've seen her at the Jazz Festival. She's enjoyed that. She's helped her and her husband, actually. I think she might have voluntold her husband to help out. But we're excited to have St. Mary's as part of our organization again. And then Kyle Heath is the branch manager of Key Bank in the village of Lewiston. He was a former board member, former deputy mayor of Youngstown. He had some time off from our board, and so we're happy to have him back on board as well. A lot of people know Kyle. He's a volunteer in the community, and his kids are great. They help me with every event. They do like to ride the golf cart, so now that his kids are a little bit older, it's exciting to have our board members have their families involved as well. So board will meet on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to that meeting because it's a time for looking to see what we did in 2023. We accomplished a lot. Our last podcast episode really talked about the year in review and what we had done, and the major thing was changing over from Niagara River Region Chamber of Commerce to Upward Niagara Chamber. That was huge, and our board did that very strategically. So now that we're there, now that we have this new identity and we're here in 2024, that board has a lot of work to do to help us form where we want to move forward for 2024. And the nice thing about a board is in our agenda for the board meetings, there is time for discussion. And one of the biggest discussions that we are having in January at this next meeting is the economic environment. We do come off of the holiday season with retail sales, with restaurant sales. A lot of services are doing really well because, people are, getting things ready for 2024, and then something happens. January happens. The retail business stops. The service business, is working hard to get those things going. People don't have as much money to go around because they're paying off holiday bills. So we become in this little slump of an economic, just a little economic slump is what I'll call it. And this is not anything new. It happens every year around this time of the year, but this year feels a little bit different. So our board is going to look and see what we can do to make sure that we are providing the support to our small businesses, the support to service type businesses that have a certain type of clientele, the support to retail businesses who are really feeling that slump right now, as well as our restaurant and dining businesses too. So should be some really great conversations. We have a great board of directors. They're all volunteers that come from many different segments that represent the economy, from restaurateurs to private sector to nonprofits, we're to retail. So we're really looking forward to hearing what the input is and what the suggestions are, how we can help and assist our members to get through this time. Our region does depend on tourism, and while there are still tourists here, we can all agree that the tourism-heavy time of the year doesn't start until spring. We're looking forward to some things happening with the solar eclipse, and we're hoping that the start of that will start the tourism season, and then we'll be in full steam. So a lot of us are going over those goals for 2024. We're setting goals. We're trying to have steps to reach them. We want to lay out the plan for the year, and small business is no different. So you, as a small business owner, should have goals set for what you'd like to attain this year, and use the chamber to help you attain those goals. We have, like I said, a board of directors with a wealth of information that can help contribute. We provide some networking opportunities. Our newsletter has information of things that are going on. We want you to encourage to work on your email list, work on your marketing as to what the plan is for the year. Utilize some of the resources that are available in our community, whether it's using a production agency to help make your videos, whether it's using our print partners to get the word out, get an advertisement out, or look at how your social media is working, and we can help you have access to all of that. So use us. We're here for you. Looking forward to the year as we were planning. We're planning out the Harvest Festival, our Christmas walk already, Small Business Day, our award celebration podcast, our Lewiston map that we produce from top to bottom, our Come and Play calendar, our weekly podcasts. Man, it's just going to be such a great 2024, and we're looking forward to having you along with us. So if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, call our office. Susie is starting to take appointments now to get you in, and we could learn a little bit about your business, what makes your business happen. It's a little bit of your strategies. Maybe you can share some things with us that we wouldn't normally know. Looking forward to having you with us on our next podcast. So I won't see you next week, but we'll see you after that, rebranding a little bit as our podcast moves forward. And we thank you for helping us close out 2023 and start 2024 with a new focus, a little bit refreshed and ready to go. I'm Jennifer Pauley, president of the Upward Niagara Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for joining us again.